for black girl nerds.
Colby, a pleasure to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So I guess starting with you, when you heard about the boys and that you were going to be Stormfront, did you know what you're getting yourself into?
Sort of. So I had auditioned 3 or 4 months before they even picked up season 2. So it was assumed it was going to happen, and they were writing it, but they hadn't actually picked it up yet. But they need to make the super suit, so it takes a long time. So I only read the pilot script of season 1 before I auditioned, but I was warned that it was going to be a really complicated role and that there were issues around it, and did I want to participate and did I want to take that on? And I said, I think it's a really interesting idea and commentary on what is happening in the world right now. So I'm on board, but obviously I want to talk to the creator because there's nothing written. So, you have to put a lot of trust that the story is going to be told in a way that aligns with what you believe. And so when I auditioned, I sat down with Eric for about half an hour and just talked about like what he was seeing in the real world, what he wanted to use, why he wanted to do it. And after that, I felt like I really trust this person. And I was able to watch the first 3 episodes of The Boys before I officially signed on to sort of get the tone. And I thought, this is a really interesting idea to put into this specific world, and the tone of this show could actually say something really interesting about it. So yeah, and it was a wild ride, but so I didn't know specifics, but I was able to at least really understand where the character was coming from.
Good. So you weren't just thrown in there like, oh, here's Stormfront, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And obviously I know what Stormfront is. I mean, it's a Nazi website. So I was aware that she was going to be a pretty disgusting, hateful character.
Got it. Well, Colby, your character, Ashley, is a woman in power, but literally has 0 to none of it. So what effect does this have on her relationship with women overall?
Ooh, good question. I think specifically the women of the 7. I mean, the thing about her job is that she has to manage people who can kill her at any moment. And so in terms of the women of the 7, like she has to suck up to them and be respectful, but also she's terrified. I think, well, I mean, there's her relationship with Starlight in the beginning of season 1, and then how that's shifted. Mm-hmm. Her relationship has shifted quite a bit. I think like in season 1, it was a lot easier for her to see who she could talk down to. And Starlight for her was one of those people. And now in season 2 that she has this big job and she thinks that she has a lot of power, and then she gets there and that there's actually no power. That she's trying her very best to hold on to that power. And sometimes that comes out negatively toward the women. And there's a lot more like brown nosing toward the men. So but it's a fine line that she's trying to walk all the time, but yeah.
Right. Well, thank you. That was really quick. Thank you both.
We talk too much.
Thank you, Catalina.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.